Our Book 2 Ghost, Season 3, Episode 8, titled Sacrifice. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, grinders and grindettes, I go by the name of The Black Abstract. If you're new to my channel, make sure you like, subscribe. We got to get into this. This was good. Woo! This was a good episode, man. Damn. So much happened. Listen, first of all, man, rest in peace, SAXE, man. Power Universe original OG. If I know, I met the actor in real person. We talk on social media. Cool cat, man. Cool dude. Always support when I post something. Super cool. So rest in peace, SAXE. If he's dead, he might not be dead. He got shot in the chest. You never know. You know how the Powerverse works, you know. But it's looking like he knocked off. I was kind of upset how it went because I'm like, what the hell was wrong with Method Man's brother, you know? He had something going on, though. Who knows, from trauma, from jail. Because it never was that deep to where he had to knock his own self off, too. He didn't even have to knock SAXE off for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I guess he was just trying to be loyal to his brother, man. But what a mess, man. So rest in peace to the OG. If you didn't see it, I'm sorry. I probably should have said spoilers. And let's get into it, man. So everybody's kind of just playing defense. You know, Tariq said it himself. Yo, it's time to start playing offense. Everybody's on defense. Everybody's trying to, you know, they're trying to cover up and defend themselves from all the attacks they get from each way. As we know, last episode, Diana got arrested. She held her own in the station like a G. A lot of people thought she was going to snitch, etc., etc. But, you know, she held it on. You know, one thing Diana realizes that her parents have power, they got some money, and they got a little bit of influence. So I think she knew probably like, yo, I'm good. Like, I just got to hold my own. But they was trying to put the pressure on her. Tariq winds up telling Davis about SAXE being a double agent. And, you know, Davis is like, are you serious? So he rushes down to the station initially because he was drunk on the roof. He was getting twisted. SAXE told him he'd go defend Diana when he got the call because he was too fucked up. But once he figured out or found out SAXE was an agent, he like, let me get my ass down here. So they get in there. He slides Diana the note. And now she's seeing how he is or who he is. She has to kind of respond accordingly. And as we see, he told her on the note, put her on Effie. So the plan was to put the feds on Effie, but her not actually have anything, because if she did get caught with something, and especially a significant amount of work, she would have got played, and more than likely she would have told. So they had to just throw them off the scent in order for them to kind of bust another move. We see that my boy Kane wind up getting them cheeks. Final, man. It only took you 3 seasons, bro. It only took you 3 years. I don't know if that counts as years. It only took you 3 seasons to get the buns, but nonetheless, you got them. So let's give a round of applause for Kane. Yes, man, my boy out here living his best life, and I ain't seen Kane get no buns since, I don't think at all in this series, but it's been a while, man. My man was dry humping it for a while. I was just like, yo, they got to give my man some buns. But listen, we got to stop seeing we get to see the Drew scenes. I want to see some more other scenes, but they did do a Kane and Effie scene, 2 of them actually, but it was super PG. It wasn't even PG-13. That shit was just like PG. It was like P. I don't know. It was super like, you just saw backs, elbows, calf muscles. Shit doesn't even matter. They ain't even show her feet. I'm like, yo, they could at least show that. Gordo's family comes by and they're looking for him. They haven't heard from him. Drew lies all of a sudden. Or not all of a sudden, but he winds up lying about it, saying he haven't heard from him. But then he has a meltdown in the library when he finds out Everett. And I was wondering if they was going to bring Everett back into the fold, because I'm like, damn, they just got rid of his character. But as we know, Everett has signed to the league, and he's came out as gay, being as though he has some kind of success and clout now. And the gentleman he's with is, I think, a white dude, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, that broke Drew. So he's yelling. Kane runs in the room, and sure enough, we see Drew having a whole meltdown, and due in part to Everett. And so Everett winds up coming back while he's at a coffee shop or something. And Drew just has another meltdown right in front of him. And Everett winds up hugging him and, you know, kind of telling them it's going to be all right, et cetera, et cetera. I'm like, it's crazy, man. Yo, that's crazy. So you got to think, though, Drew just killed somebody he was feeling. and then his pops died. On top of that, then the first love of his life winds up leaving, going to the NBA. So he got a lot going on for him. I understand exactly how he feels. Also, we see that this video went viral. So Gordo's family gets a hold of it, and they say, "Yo, we gotta talk to Drew again." So this time, I'm guessing it's gonna be like either a torture, but probably not because they doing business with him. So I'm pretty sure they don't want to do that. Why that nigga Drew was like, Kane comes in the room, he grabs the remote, he's sitting on the bed, all mad. I'm just gonna drink until I black out. Kane was sitting on the bed like, this nigga, man. Like, I listen. I said it before. Said it again. I really don't like how they did Drew's character this season. I think they made him and Kane like a reverse, and I think the consensus was that people like Kane more, and it was like, yo, why you making him dumb? So they like did a complete flip flop, which could mean one or two things. One of those two is gonna die. The writing might be on the wall for Drew. It seemed like, I don't know. That's just what it seemed like. We'll see what happens though. But yeah, that was kind of cold though. Everett all of a sudden decides to come out, but I guess when you got some money coming, you can do that. And Everett, you need to say thanks to Zeke, because if it wasn't for Zeke, they wouldn't be looking at your raggedy ass for any of this shit. And that's some real niggas just keeping it real. I mean, shit, that's the truth though, right? Like if it wasn't for Everett, Zeke dying, Everett would be passed up on. I think he spoke on this last season, if I'm not correctly. He said the opportunities was there because Zeke's popularity, and then when Zeke got in that trouble, he said it was he hated feeling like that, but he felt like he started getting passed up on again. So thanks Zeke, man. You need to be going to Zeke's gravesite and pouring one out for him. I feel like, brother. Davis's brother comes into the office to kick it with him, and he goes to apologize to Davis and SAXE. And he's actually spewing some bullshit because he's like, yeah, I went to the treatment plan, and they said I'm doing good, which we find out was a lie. And, he's going to talk. He wants to talk, but Davis doesn't want him talking around SAXE, but he's not trying to let SAXE that he know. So he's like, yo, can I just have some time with my brother? Can I? And he swears at him, and SAXE so cool, man. Yo, I'm gonna really miss SAXE. Yo, I want to say this about SAXE. I did a rap review to Power last season. I'll post a link to it at the end of this video. I did a rap review, so I did a whole review like I do normally, but I rapped it for one of the episodes, and I stopped doing them because there was another rapper that was already doing it that I had no idea was already doing it, and he was getting all the love from like all of the stars and celebrities like Courtney Kemp. So it's kind of looked like I was copying. But at the time, I didn't even know nobody was doing it. I just thought it was a dope idea. And I'm like, yo, this is original. It's a way to get heard. And then come to find out this bum-ass nigga was doing it. So I still think my shit was over his. But, I'll leave it at the end. But I say that to say this. Out of all the Power Stars that I tagged, the gentleman who plays SAXE is the only one that left a comment and showed me some love. So for that, I'll forever be grateful, and I'll forever salute your rat ass SAXE. You was a Power day one OG, and much respect. We see Tate is in a debate with his running mate, some woman, and she is kind of giving Tate the business, but he does bring up the fact that he caught the big drug bust, and she said, hey, that was all publicity. You got fed that information. I don't know how she knows that, but she does. And then we find out that the Westons are invested in Tate as well. I ain't gonna lie. I will be interested to see a Tate show by himself because I think it will be so different from the norm that we're usually used to. It wouldn't be shoot 'em up, bang, bang. It would be more, I'm trying to think, Ally McBeal-ish. Like lawyers, I could just picture like lawyers battling each other or political type shit going on, or maybe Ally McBeal is the wrong word because Tate's not a lawyer. I don't know why I said that. Maybe like a scandal type deal, Maybe he has a fixer come in. I don't know. It's a bunch of ways you could go with it, but I will make it completely different from Power. Still make it Power-esque, but do something completely different, whole different concept. It don't got to be drug shit all the time. We see that Tariq has a conversation with RSJ about the money, and we find out that the money actually is gone. But he doesn't want RSJ to publicly out them. He wants them to play the game, and that way they still get their money. Afterwards, we see, I did bring up the fact that Effie got knocked, which was like a fake setup. Tariq, Diana, and Davis and Mo set that up. Kane knew about it, but you see how he tried to warn Effie about it. I said, this dude is whipped. Yo, he's so whipped. So he tries to warn her. She winds up going. She winds up coming to the house afterwards. I see what y'all did. I know why y'all did it. But I just want to know why I was left in the dark. And Tyreek's like, yo, if you would have known, it just wouldn't have went off the same way. And, we made sure you didn't get touched or you won't get in trouble or some shit. Whatever. However they did it was clever. It was a ghost move. Like, that was his dad. That was like a dad move. He's sitting in the car watching. That's some shit Ghost would have did right there. I ain't gonna even hold you. And it just, throw the cops off they scent. And for the most part, it worked. We see that Gordo's peoples wind up getting a hold of this video of Drew going crazy. It went viral. And obviously, like I said before, they want to have a talk with him. Another thing, when Effie came to the house, we saw her and Kang Lee together. And Tyreek peeped that. And he's like, how long this been going on? Mo is like, yo, I don't care who's fucking who. Tariq wasn't even worried, though. He was just like, all right, whatever. It is what it is. Like, he really is his papa, man. He don't give two fucks. Because we know at the end of the day, his heart is with Lauren, and that's just what it is. But it was funny, too, when Effie was running. She was running slow as hell. Raj J has a meeting with Braden's uncle, and they put everything on a line, and they threaten to expose RSJ unless they get their money back. He tells them that he doesn't have the money on hand, so they come up with a plan that he'll get paid. They'll get paid back annually, and then they have to have the Tejada's money as well, because Monet wasn't seen him at the golf course, and he looked kind of scared. I ain't gonna hold you. I'd be scared too, fucking with a Tejada. They don't play around. You know what I'm saying? Davis did tell his brother too that SAXE was a mole. And he was like, yo, we got to take that motherfucker out. I was like, yo, motherfucker, like, I'm going to take care of this. But I'm like, yo, Davis, why would you tell him? It seemed like Davis told him intentionally with the intent on having him do something, That's just what it seems like to me. I don't know. I could be crazy. Tate's love interest, the new character, purpose this season. Great actress, though, but I feel like she's underutilized. Is actually, I guess the one who got away. But she wants him, she finds out he's taking donations from the Westons, which, I guess they got a bad reputation. I don't know why, because their money supposed to be legal, right? I don't know what the fuck. Maybe I don't know why she doesn't like it. Post in the comments why she doesn't want them taking money. Also, we see he lies to her and telling her he won't. He's just telling her what she wants to hear. She finds out it's not true, and she winds up just cutting this shit off and telling them that, they can't fuck around with each other. Tate can't win for losing. I swear. I swear. We see Davis, and we see that SAXE is scared for his life. Jenny falls out with him. She offers him no protection for his life, which I think she's going to regret in the next episode once she finds out he's gone and, he's on his own. So his dumbass texts Tariq like, yo, don't let nothing happen to me, such and such, whatever the reason, whatever he said. Tariq doesn't answer, but he hears the message later, and he starts calling SAXE back. And obviously, he doesn't get an answer. Him and Davis kind of, put their heads together, and they figure out his brother's missing as well, and that he's going to get his they're going to go try to find him. It was funny earlier in episode 2 when he found out SAXE was a mole, he grabbed his gun like he was about to do something, and Tariq had to be the voice of reason. I'm like, nigga. Shit was funny as hell. Diana finally gets out the precinct. After a day, it seemed like she was in there for mad long. And, she just tells him, like, she wants to move out of town. She don't want to be involved in this shit no more. But we know how that is. She either gonna get knocked off or she gonna get pulled deeper into the bullshit and turn into a savage. So we'll see what happens. Courtney Kip always says the innocent are the one who gets killed. If they kill Diana right after they kill Zeke, though, I think that'll just be too. I don't think none of the Tejada should get killed this season because they already killed Lorenzo. So any one of them getting killed this season would just be stupid. But you never know how that is with this show. You know what I'm saying? We see that Kane and Effie decide to go for a round 2 because nothing works up a sex appetite like running from the cops. And, you know, they decide to get it in, Bucky naked, and once again we see nothing but chest and back, a little forearm, a little tricep, but nothing crazy. We don't get a nip slip, none of that. I'm like, come on, Power, you gotta do better. What are y'all writing in these contracts? And she she gets arrested in the same outfit she had on earlier. I'm like, this bum didn't even change her clothes. But police come in, they arrest her for Lauren, which was stupid because you already had her in custody. You could have took her for that earlier. None of this shit is real because the way they arrested people, this shit just wasn't even. They putting all their cards on the table and making it just. I don't know. But Kane see that Lauren is alive, so now he's like, oh shit. He probably know that Tariq knows because that's why he been acting like that, and you know he's gonna put 2 and 2 together. So somebody gonna get knocked off. We'll see. Davis and Tariq find SAXE and Davis's brother, and he got the gun to him. And that's when we see that he shoots SAXE and then ultimately kills himself so he can take the heat for it. And Davis will be in the clear. And man, it's a sad sight, you know. SAXE go out like ghosts with just dying slow. Oh, I had his eyes open. I'm like, man, they killed my man. That's pretty much it. That was the episode. Put your comments below. I want to know what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, post your comments, and till next time, peace.